line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, live here at Iowa Speedway here in Newton, Iowa, we are about to present to you the showcase of Season 6, race of the season. This is the Honda Type R's with Pushing Limits Racing League and their next step forward on the big tracks to the small tracks. This is Iowa Speedway here on the show. Hi everyone, I am joining you guys here live on the show here with PTM Racing TV. So we're getting ready to get down to business, get down to the action today. We take a look at our starting lineup here on the drive. And on the pole it will be the 84 Matthew Hopper, the outside, and the number 8. It'll be Tyler Orick, and row number 2, Jeff Oakes will pilot the number 20. The outside, the 0-8, that's Brian Keniston. Row number 3 is going to be Christian Schreiber, the number 14. The outside, and number 42, that's Robert Kelm. Row number 4 is Chantel Bottle in the 5. The outside, and the number 76 is Mike Rideout. Row number 5 is Dennis Warnes. In the 90 outside, in the 48 it is Stanley Bottle. And finally in the 55, Jason Brent. A good lineup to say the least. 11 drivers making the call, with many looking to try to bring the speed off to the track and into the playing field. So much on the line here and so much on the regards here in terms of scope, in terms of speed and power, and you're about to get a good sense of it here in just a minute. These Honda Type R cars, obviously more designed, more predicated around the road course racing, but a little custom tweak, your little tuning in the setup, and there you go. You got yourself some pretty fast, little paced cars. And in my opinion, too, designed up beautifully to really make a whole lot of trouble for those that do not understand the ways of the front-wheel drive cars. Most drivers usually these days are always talking about running on the rear wheel drives and the more the rear wheel ended cars. So we'll have to see how much of a factor that plays into this one and how much of a factor this will play down on the track. Off of turn number 4 this time on by here. We're going to file them down in to our starting lineup into the gridding zone. Here we go. It's time to get at it. 70 laps to the distance here at Iowa Speedway. Lights are on. Everyone's home. Here we go. Through 1 and 2. It's going to be Hopper takes the early advance. The Fuel Plus number 20 Jeff Oakes takes the early spot up on the outside. Tyler Orick working with his way through in the 3rd spot. Driver down on the inside, trying to make a run for you immediately here, trying to get some speed going, but the outside immediately starts to kick back on that. Ryan Kinston, a little slap in the wall there, so it was same with the 5 of Chantel Bottle. Nice little drive off, though, away from the wall protection. No damage sustained in the initial contact there, so it seems as though the cars will be okay to continue. The throttle Chantel Bottle right now, the defending champion of the series in this season, looking to try to bring home Another one to her resume. Right now, she looks to draft it right off. Gets a little toe tap on the number 14, a Shriver, as the field moves their way down in further. Dennis Warrens and Mike Rideout right now going at it a little bit here. Rideout on the outside trying to hold Warrens down here. Robert Kelm, the number 42, trying to stay within control and in the boundaries. Rideout a little bit of the wall protection there. Slows down just a bit. Will be okay to continue on. But they're all trying to hunt down right now the number 84 man himself and Matthew Hoffert. Hoffert, runner-up last season championship standings, looking to try to bounce back from that one. Coming down across the back straightaway though, field is currently moving their way to the chains, trying to build up speed, trying to build up run here. But again, with the one thing about these cars too, we talk about a lot as well, is the fact that it's a road course car, is it is an extremely good draft magnet. If you can keep your momentum and speed on high, you can actually draft the cars perfectly in alignment and actually get a good little shot to make maneuvers and make some attacks here. And that's what Ryan Kinston right now is trying to do here in the 0-8, looking to get up to the other 8. No connections there between the 8s and the 8 of power. And you can see too just how difficult already it is getting to make passes, make maneuvers when you can. Some drivers kind of falling back further as they go and trying to stay out of trouble. Rideout Warrens and Jason Brent right now, also certainly one of them. Stanley Pottle also in that mix in the 48 here. Great to see him back out here as well. We have not seen him out here for a time or two, so the Intel 48 could kind of bring it back here for his Canada preference. Brent making his television debut just a few short days ago there on the Sunday night editions here. He was racing it down there with Belladonna Racing League. Great to see him jumping over with the push limit guys and see what he can bring to the table. So far so good for him in his camp, but certainly would be interesting to see long-term wise how he handles, how he fares. And they certainly will get a bit of a chance to really see that and then some down the road. Robert Kelm, the number 42, currently moving the chains ahead of Mike Rideout. And an untelevised race as well. Mike Rideout actually did win the season opener and actually took home the victory there. So right now he is the man that everybody is keeping their eye on and keeping their leg up on. And Rideout too, I'll tell you guys, as a driver, he can be a bit sneaky. He's very clever in terms of scope, in terms of speed. He can really mount the charge and really bring the speeds to the table. But I think one thing we really kind of need to talk more about is the fact that he is extremely conversive and where to find his openings, where to make his marks. As you can see, these cars continuing to dive in deep and dip in low. Warren's right now getting an opening though for Shriver as they work their way off down off of turn number 2. Getting a great drive off. He cornered him off the outside, then cornered him back inside. The 14 trying to build some speed up, is not getting anything from it though. Michael joins us in the YouTube comment section. Good to see you there, Michael. And the 14 giving up the room there. Shriver will have to try to work his way back around there on Warrens right now. Rideout looking to try to get one for himself here. Here he comes down the inside. The MRM machine is trying to manufacture and put himself up in a good spot. But again, the outside line once again being a troublesome nuisance for the Sunny 6. Can't quite get a ride around him there. Kelm making a jump towards the spot there as well. And gets a great drive off there with a great pass in the corners. Going to be interesting to see later on how that all plays out. Meanwhile, up in the front, here we go. Battle for the race lead. Those 84, Matthew Hoff right now trying to defend off the Oaks camp. The Fuel Plus machine going deep inside, looking for the ride. These two long-time rivals, friends off the track, but enemies on the track. Trying to do battle once again. Most of the time it was Oaks that had a bit of a fair shot on the iRacing end, really taking Hoffert down quite more times than not. Hoffert though on NASCAR Heats end, he would more often than not put it to the number 20 camp and really make a good showing out of himself and his crew. He's trying to do that here today with this performance. Very interesting to see some of these drivers actually shifting inward towards from 5th gear to 6th gear. Some drivers actually staying in 5th all the way around. And then you can see Oaks, he's actually shifting inward to 6th. And I think he's really trying to do that, just get a bit of a strategy boost here as Hopper has a little bit of a problem with those glitch-graphic gremlins attacking him. He seems to have a little bit of it squared up there, though. Onboard camera here with Hopper. You can see he is currently hanging down the field and keeping momentum up. See where he is at. And he's staying in 5th gear, actually not trying to bolster into 6th. Oaks may be doing that just to try to get a little bit more RPMs out of the car before entering in the turn, but I think switching in between them may not be necessarily the best momentum boost or the exact situation to get around it. We'll have to see a little later on, though. The 5 Centel Bottle right now moving in towards the 4th spot. She's 3 spots up here. She started back in 7th. She's moved into 4th. She's got Warrens and Oric right now trying to hunt her down, though. Warren's the number 90 D-Dub button boxes machine trying to do it yet again, bring his showcase out on the track, and he said joining this league today he wanted to have a little more fun with these drivers, and I certainly think he is doing that. But right now, anyway, still has not quite been able to catch up there with the top ones here in the pack. And if you can see also on the side of those cars there, that is the number of position they are in at that time in that place. So for anyone that gets confused, do not worry, that's when and where they are at. If you can't read our little track stuff here we got going on. Just 18 laps in of the 70 laps so far, but it's been pretty quick pace, pretty quick-witted here. Drivers trying to make moves when they can, trying to make passes when they can get to it. Robert Kellum right now trying to hang up there with the field, trying to keep it with close distance. Mike Rideout, same situation, same boat. And again, multiple lines here. Again, Iowa Speedway, very multi-groove track. You got the bottom and you got the middle. And if you really figure out how to hone the outside, you can dip it, you can dig it down there on the outside line and actually get a little bit more control over the car. Most drivers will tell you, myself included, mainly it's best to just try to find a one-line spot and then hit that spot as much as you can, without having to really dive in too much on the other playing fields here. But with this front-wheel drive car, again, there's not as much power as you would see from the trucks to the Xfinity cars, so more than likely you'll see a lot of them really try to holster the bottom lane and use that to their advantage. Also, ladies and gentlemen, coming up later tonight, Super Speedway Sim 500 Series is still with us. One more race before a champion will be crowned. The playoffs end tonight. Who will be your winner and who will be the champion? You're going to find out with us live tonight. Offer and Oak still leading each other out. Talk about this kid right here, Ryan Kinnison as well, the number 08, making his debut last week. Again, on non-televised race there. Mike Rideout was the winner there. He is currently the points leader entering into this event. And from here on out, all broadcasts should be up and running. I do apologize, we were not able to get the untelevised one up. But it's kind of how things can go sometimes. Leading their way down across the track here, back in looking for a side-by-side duel here. Mike Rideout looking to try to tempt Kelm to go towards a different line, different route. But you can see, as he goes in the middle, he is blocking the outside run. And again, you need that outside run to then shift the car up to that top of the wall. Then gaining more traction and more momentum to then make the passes. Not quite getting it there just yet, but so far so good anyway. Well, they also will see later on here in the season broadcast as well. Next week will be Southern National Speedway. That should be an absolute short track roots racer with the front wheel drive cars involved. Should be some good times and some good action there. And maybe if iRacing would watch that, maybe they'll get us a little bit of those four-stroke banger cars we're supposed to have gotten by now. Just saying there, iRacing. We love them and we want them, and if they're front wheel, as long as they're front wheel drive, that's what we're after. Coming down around the inside though, look at this here, Rideout fighting, going strong into the corner of the U-turn 48, or 2, excuse me, trying to hold back the MRM 76. Kelm thinks he's got a good run there, but again, Rideout doing a great job fighting his corner out. The turn 42, still hanging on though. Great action shots there, of course, from our crew and our teammates there right now. The crew and the broadcast producers here. I don't know why I said teammates. That's my bad there. I think I'm as being say partners, but I don't know what I was even saying. Hearing halfway done so far though, and currently Keniston and Oaks right now being caught up between one another. Get a little onboard camera here, shot here of Jeff Oaks right now, currently hammering the throttle down, trying to muscle this thing in. And again, too, you can actually hear in his throttle, he is literally going in between gears. You heard fifth, then there was a switch to sixth. Here it comes down the backstretch. Listen carefully. There's the transfer to six again. Now back down into six, and initiates the car extremely aggressively throughout. That slight little subtle positioning, but again, it's able to at least give him a little bit more RPMs entering in the corner. But unfortunately, in my opinion, I don't think he's getting much out of it, nor is he getting much in between. As Robert Kelm has parked the car down there, something going wrong there for the 42. We didn't have time to get our cameras over there. Kelm has exited the car though, and he's out. Unfortunately, Kelm will not be able to continue on here. Tough break there for him. May have mechanical problems down there, maybe have some issues in the car here. I don't know what is going on, but he will not be able to finish it through. Number 90, Dennis Warren right now trying to keep his Honda Civic Type R shop, www.shopdw.ca machine into the fight. Last time these two raced each other out, well, I wanted to remind you guys, it was on our other broadcast there over the Facebook Live. It was at PTM Racing TV's coverage of Pedal Metal Racing League. And once again, these two are going to go back at it with each other. Warren's right now trying to get the better of the 5 here, as both drivers jumping in great positions. Warren's managing to go from 9th to 5th, just a few short on laps there, and right now is trying to get something going here on probably at this point, might as well just say a rival in this case here. Bottle continuing to hammer down and keep her speed up though. She's got very big experience driving the front wheel drive cars, and she told me coming into the season, oh, hold on a minute before we get into that here. Warren's right now, the dive bomb down on the inside, now towards up for the top, no run to be had. I think the airflow around the 5 may have actually been able to get a little bit of a dirty draft thrown at the 90 and actually corner him off there. She was able to keep her momentum up and keep the pace at a distance, allowing her to control it. As I was saying though, she told me earlier today that if anything, this season was going to be extremely exciting for her, being able to actually swap into the front wheel drive cars instead of just for one race, it's for all the races. And yes, we are returning to Bristol Dirt as well, so don't catch your chickens before they hatch, folks. We are coming back there. That should be a fun one as well. We will watch some absolute crazy moments in between that race, but this one should be about the same. All drivers right now in a very tight little spot, tight little end here. Speaking of tight ends, coming back from the field here, the Crusader himself, Christian Sharp, trying to bring speed back on the attack. He's going to go head-to-head here with Mike Rideout in the 76. Getting word from the crew chief down there, the 14 was actually saving the tires up a little bit to try to make these kind of moves in his attacks here, but as he drives it right in there on the 76, no room to go, and he backs off. Interesting to see kind of a back-off situation there. Usually someone like that would try to go a little bit closer, trying to put the pressure on to get them to make a mistake or make a run off there. Not to be in this case. Back up to the front again now. We'll look on as the the Fuel Plus of Jeffrey Oaks has got company coming up on his rear view mirror. Matthew Hoffer's already a 2nd and 8/10 ahead of the field. How much is that wear and tear in his tire, and will that be able to last out the long run? That will remain a question only he can answer. But we are halfway done so far with this race, ladies and gentlemen, and this has been, well, for what it's Iowa Speedway, first off, I mean, I genuinely will say it's been pretty interesting. This has been a very solid little race. You can see Hoffer right there. He's still cornering pretty good off those exits. Same thing for Oaks and Keniston. Really, the biggest thing is to stay out that wall protection and don't let yourself get caught off guard. when they make the move on you, you got to really try to defend that line, try to defend that spot. When we head to Southern National next week, though, who knows what that's going to happen there. That could get a little wild. And I think that's what these drivers are hoping for. They want it to get a little wild. Some other tracks, though, we will be visiting throughout the season. Watkins Glen, of course. You got to throw some road courses in there. And, of course, a return to the famed Canadian Tire. Extremely excited to see that one play out there. That track is a mammoth of a track to figure out, and it is going to really bring out the best of road course drivers and certainly bring out the toughest drivers to try to pull off the W there. We'll have to see how that plays out. Of course, we'll head down to Kentucky a little bit too. Bristol Dirt, we return to that track as well. So much excitement there that could be brought to the table. We do not know what we will see until we have witnessed it for ourselves, but it certainly should be a good one. Five Flag Speedway also on the radar. A little old short track racing too. Martinsville Speedway, Myrtle Beach Speedway, Oxford Plains Speedway, and you're not even gonna believe this one too. Hickory Motor Speedway. That, in my opinion, could be a bull ring fight. And then Nashville Fairgrounds to round out the championship season. That should be all extremely exciting to watch. And apparently right now we're going at it here once again. Pottle and Warren's going at it. Meanwhile, Keniston and Oaks having a great little battle there. Keniston daping it down the inside of Jeffrey Oaks right now, trying to hold him back and trying to keep him away from taking the second spot away. But the more these guys battle, the more they're giving Matthew Hofford all the run he wants and all the room he needs. Keniston backs down again. Hofford continuing to dictate the pace, continuing to dictate the control, but how tight is the car getting, you wonder? Well, we're going to go on board with him. We're going to find out. Here we go. Let's go for a full lap here with Matthew Hofford. Now, there are two pieces to success here. Number one, throttle control, throttle rhythm. Don't let off the throttle too much. Keep the RPMs up as high as you can. Keep a steady control. Steer into the corners. Make sure you get this thing to steer off as much as you can. Don't get it too high up. Stay firm in the pressure and firm in the power, and everything will work out in its way from there. That was a lap with Matthew Hofford there, and you see exactly what I just mentioned there pretty much put to good use. And it's helped him out tremendously here. Everyone else trying out different strategies, trying out different runs, but it seems though passing-wise, other than Mike Rideout, we haven't really seen so much passing going on in terms of that level and that scope. Well, I guess I got to change that mind up real quick here. Here we go. Driver looking to try to get a dive bomb thrown at Rideout. Rideout, though, extremely hard on the accelerator there. Gets a good run off there on the 14. He scrapes the wall a little bit going into that exit, into the entry there. I don't know how much that's going to affect the corner. He dives it back down, pumps it back at the 14. He'll side by side him back off. It's a good battle for the position. This is for 7th right now, and again, Rideout playing it cool, but again, he has to let off just a little bit more, but in turn, he's able to get the RPMs up, back up quickly, and corner it much better than the Crusader. All the drivers right now having a good little tussle, a good little battle there. Oric's just not leaving each other alone. But again, we have forgotten about something, and that is the fuel strategy. When are these drivers going to go into pit road? They only have a reserved amount of fuel, and they have to go into pit road at least once for fuel. My question is, do they recommend taking the tires? The tires seem to be right now doing okay, but again, a lot of them backing off so much, I think they may be thinking, get fresher set, they'll have a little bit more give, a little more power. That usually works for tracks like this, especially in moments like you see right now, where you really need to get that level of opportunity, that level of chance to take it home. Well, right now, as Warren tries to go to the inside once again of the 5, we're going to take a look at our best lap times right now, and it is a solid stake here. But your fastest time so far is a 25.67, laid down by the number 20 of Jeffrey Oaks. The second one to him is a 25.68, tied with Dennis Warrens and Matthew Hofford. That is the marks to beat. And these drivers were laying down 25.6s and qualifying of all things, and they were not letting up, and they were not giving up a single thing there. Five Apollo right now, still trying to defend off Warren's. Warren's looking for any kind of opening, any kind of level or leverage she can get over her. Excuse me. Kenston with this. Oh, almost throws the slide job right at the 20 there, and Oaks managing to back it up and get it squared up. Kenston backs down and does not try to engage them too much. 22 laps remaining though. Squared up down the back straightaway here. Keniston, man, what a debut for this driver on the broadcast end. He's making some noise and he is letting it loose here at Newton. Coming back around right now here, Steelfield in hot pursuit. Squared up down around the track. Matthew Hoffert still gaining traction. Huge lead to Bruin. He's got over a 3.5 second lead over the field. Tyler Orrick right now being hunted down here by Mike Rideout as well. And it looks like this bottle goes to pit road. She's the first one in. Looks like she's going to time a strategy here. Going to try to time some moves and see what happens here. Very integral moment here. That will set the tone, set the pace. Right down around the playing field here. Everybody's still staying out except for Tyler Orrick. Now Tyler Orrick will go into pit road. Tyler Orrick's going to pit road here right now. Brent's going in, Jason Brent. So Chantel Paddle's still in pit road. I think she's taking tires down there, folks. She is. I don't know. Maybe that might be the best option because that car is still not getting out here. Jeff Oaks drives it quickly into pit road here. He's going to try to do the same thing. Tyler Orrick just now getting in there too. Let's see if he takes tires and fuel. Not getting lifted off the ground. Looks like he's going to just take a little bit of a fuel run here. Or wait a minute, no, I take that back. I think he's actually getting that thing raised up for tires now. Jason Brent is taking tires as well. Matthew Hoffer, Ryan Kingston, Mike Rideout stay out. Jeff Oaks, Dennis Warrens are in right now. Everybody trying to play the field in. Times right now getting out of pit road, not looking good. The pit times are showing us at over 30 seconds right now. Chantal Otto finally out. 26.42 seconds to get out of the pit lane. 1 minute and 1 second in pit lane time. 42.20 there for the 14. Driver's got only 8.24 seconds out of pit time. He only took fuel. There's no way he took tires. The tires not giving or budging though for these cars. And they're not letting them out. And the drivers right now struggling to get back into pace and trying to get back in control. A complete 180 thrown right at their way and thrown in position. Matthew Hoffer finally will enter into pit road, and so Ryan Keniston. Mike Rideout now going to take the race lead away. He's your new leader. And Paolo right in front of him. She's playing a very critical strategy here, a very key move. Rideout right now trying to focus the pressure. Looking to try to make the moves, or will he do that here? He's going to go to pit road. He's in pit road now. And that means the only one now that's going to try to get back on the lead lap will be Orrick, Pottle, and Shriver. Tyler Orrick's 18 seconds back of Shriver, Pottle. About 20 seconds back here. Rideout trying to hurry in and out of pit road. The 76 goes in. Did he maybe waste a little too much time? He's going to try to figure it out. He's taking tires. Oh, this might not be good. The 14's going to the inside here. Jason Brent will have a new leader. Trading positions over. Ryan Kinston right now in a hot pursuit. Trying to get the 08 right to him. He took fuel and it looks like no tires. Looks like he fueled up all the way. It appears Shriver only took the amount of fuel he needed. Could that be the difference maker? And in that level of speed in that playing field here, a 4.8 gap is not easy to get around. Kenston, though, is going to try to hunt him down. Field trying to square back up. Matthew Hoffer moving back into the third spot here. Probably just trying to figure out what on earth he's going to do to try to hang in there. Field squaring back up, a little sidewall off the back there for Hoffert. Dennis Warrens right now a lap down. Trying to get back up there with him, Tyler Orrick and Chantal Pottle. Separated only by about 1 second and 7 cents here. That might be enough for Pottle to catch up to Orrick here. 10 laps remain, now 9 laps here. What a complete 180 this has been. Shriver's now gone 4 spots up, and again, he backed off for a little bit while there in the beginning of this race, but now, all of a sudden, it seems like getting backed off now goes back up. And he is hustling, trying to fight there, trying to hang off the 0.8, and he seems to be doing okay. But this now kind of votes for a thing that all these drivers going to be looking at is, with the tire wear, how well will that work in terms of the other tracks they'll be racing on, like the short tracks? Could they maybe look at just dealing with fuel and then just dealing with the speeds on each track? That's going to be something they're going to have to study and figure out from here on out. Very, very big moves thrown here, though. Hoffer in the 84 right now, trying to hold down the 90 of Dennis Warrens, not letting him try to get his lap back. Hoffer at this point, I think probably better just text it, let him by so you can keep your lap, so you can keep your draft with him. Maybe have a chance here if that caution does pop out. But it has started to square further away from that, and that opportunity may be starting to swindle a little bit. Mike Rideout right now getting clipped up here on the inside. Tyler Orrick looking for position, looking for that run. Not quite going to get it here. Lap winding down. And time is of the essence. Tyler Orrick currently in the 4th spot. This will certainly bode well for his championship hopes here. A big points bet for him. 5 laps remain, high 5 in the air here. Orrick now diving in deep. He's trying to get away from the throttle. Chantal Pottle. Pottle trying to catch up there to that 8 camp. And again, with a fresher set of tires here, Pottle seems to be, in my opinion, getting a lot more grip than Orrick here, and that draft certainly helping out. So it appears maybe just a little bit. That could be a bit of a difference maker. She's hustling, and she is trying. Top 5 on your screen. Stanley Pottle, too, right now, currently in 6th here. Very strong performance here from the number 48 camp so far. But it is Ryan Kinston trying to hunt down the Crusader in the 14. He's an Iowa boy, too. He rode up, he lives here, and this is a track he's never won on in any league race or anything of that substance. He's won it officially, he told us, but only one time in Xfinity. He's wanted so badly to finally bring one home to his hometown and his home crowd. They'll come off of turn number 2. We got green flag high in the air, 2 to go. And Kinston right now kind of trapped there on behind the 48 intel of Stanley Pottle, maybe trying to use him as a drafting partner. Looking to move the way into the chains. Down the inside zone. Not quite any give there. They'll look their way down around the back straightaway, trying to get one more chance at it. White flag comes out this time on by, though. And the 14 of Christian Shriver in the Crusader, trying to just get this one in the final legs. He won last season in a fight-out last lap finish with Robert Kahn in the Corvettes, but this time in the Hondas, he'll bring one home to his home people, his home crowd. The Crusader is victorious at Iowa Speedway. Ryan Kingston will park it down into second. Matthew Hoffert will go third. Tyler Orrick will go fourth, and Chantel Throttle Pottle will take home fifth. Stanley Pottle getting sixth, Jeff Oaks seventh, eighth to Dennis Warrens, ninth to Mike Rideout, and 10th to Jason Brent, rounding out the top 10 in this one. He's bringing one home to the family tonight. Carlisle will have themselves something to celebrate. The Crusader is victorious here at the Iowa Speedway here in a massive victory. Yeah, looks like he just wants to go a few more laps around the track here. So while he does his little run around here, we'll just go ahead and take a look at the race results here once more. Final results on your screen. And the Crusader victorious here. Ryan Kenniston will be second. Matthew Hoffert's going to go third. Tyler Work will go fourth. Chantal Pottle with fifth. Stanley Pottle, great showing, going sixth. Back from the pack to the sixth spot. Seventh, Jeff Oaks. Great showing from him early on. Unfortunately, pit road cost him, as many did. Same could be said for Dennis Warrens, Mike Rideout, and Jason Brent. Robert Kelm DNF'd with mechanical problems. Well, he'll be celebrating a little bit tonight here, race fans. And I hope nobody in the front row gets a little bit blinded by the lights here. Apologies in advance. But nevertheless, race fans, what a performance here in the Pushing Wits Racing League. We will catch more of the action as we go along, but we want to thank you and appreciate every single one of you for coming on board. We will be back on our Facebook Live here soon enough with the Sim 500 Super Speedway Series. Stay tuned with us. We'll catch you guys here in a little while. Nevertheless, congratulations to 14 everybody here in the Pushing Wits Racing League. We'll see you guys next time when the green flag flies.